loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Kaylan Alex. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe. If you're returning, thank you so much for tuning in. So guys, as you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about these crazy price increases that we keep seeing, that we just keep seeing. And I don't know if it's gonna stop, but I feel like we could chat about it because I mean it's out there, it's what's happening, we see it. So let's just go ahead and get the talking. So before we get started with chatting about all of these crazy increases, I want to share with you guys some items that I received from So7 Boutique, which is a luxury but affordable accessory collection. They were nice enough to send me over a few products that I want to share with you guys that I am very excited about having in my collection. As you guys know, I am building up my accessories collection and just adding different pieces to them. Y'all know that I like to stack my jewelry, so I got some nice stackable pieces that I can't wait to share with you guys, and things that are just going to be in my collection for a while. So the first item I'm going to share with you guys are these earrings that I have on. They are just these hoops, gold hoops. I'm a gold hardware girl. I love gold accessories. I mean, every now and then I like to mix in some silvers or, you know, mixed metals. I don't mind doing that. But for the most part, I like gold jewelry. I got these earrings in I believe it's the medium version. I feel like they're just going to go perfect with my lifestyle. They're not too big. They're not too small. They're going to go perfect with my shorter hair. And they are a little chunky. So it just adds a little bit more extraness to the, earring. I just love them. I love the way that they look on me, especially with the long hair, and I know that they're gonna look bomb with my short hair, so I am here for that. They also come in, I believe, a smaller version as well as a larger version. Again, I just prefer the medium. I think it's perfect. So the next item that I received was this bracelet, this chunky bracelet that looks like this. OMG, I cannot wait to wear this item. It is more of a staple, or definitely a staple piece, but a statement piece as well for me. As I've mentioned before, I pretty much like to stack my jewelry. So although this is a chunky link bracelet, I can still stack it, or it can, it does well on its own. So I am just here for it. The next piece that I got was this Cuban style chain. It's a necklace, gold as well. This item I am especially excited about having because I got it to layer with some other items that I have, because y'all know that I have been talking about layering my necklaces forever. It's kind of my thing. And then I have this one that I don't take off. So they just fit perfectly with each other. So this is kind of like how they go. And one that's a little bit longer, I feel, would just complete the set. I just love the way this looks. I mean, the power of an accessory on an outfit, it just really steps it up and just like makes the outfit come complete. Accessories are those things that you have to have with an outfit because it's really not complete without a cute accessory. So I love the pieces. Can't wait to wear them. I'm actually going to wear them, especially these earrings. You guys have seen me wear these earrings in like a few videos. That's how much I've been enjoying them. Literally since I've got them, I've been wearing them every day. They have been my go-to earrings. And that this is where they're from. I have that website so you can shop and get you some accessories for your collection and pick out some pieces just as bomb as I did. So now let's just go ahead and jump into this video and talk about this price increase debacle, child. Let's just get into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm not really gonna mention too much of the products that I'm using. I'm just gonna list them down below for you guys so that we can get through the video. It is crazy out here in the luxury world. I cannot believe we're experiencing this. I can't believe we're seeing this, but at the same time it's like I do believe it. So if you guys don't know, our good sis Chanel has had another price increase, a significant jump, to where we've seen the Chanel double flap classic maxi is now $10,000. What? I mean, we knew this was trending this way. We knew this was happening. To actually see it is another thing, because I'm just like, wow, we really gotten to this point to where we're at $10,000 even for a Chanel bag. That's crazy. So the maxi is now $10,000. The jumbo is 9,500. I think the small is 85 or 8,000. The small medium size. Um, and I can't believe it. It is literally crazy, because I mean, we've talked about this so much. I feel like every time we discuss the price increases that we're seeing, we see another one. We suspected that this price, that Chanel would eventually reach up to the $10,000 price, but I figured that it would, but I didn't really like believe that it actually would, even though we see that that's where it was trending towards. Crazy. We also see a price increase. Well, we will see a price increase with Saint Laurent. They're supposed to be going up this week, child. There's a rumored Louis Vuitton increase happening, or supposedly happening. Not confirmed. Can't confirm nor deny that, but it's a rumor. And usually when you see a price increase with them, you see one with Van Cleef as well as Cartier. But their price increases are a little bit more palatable. It's usually like a small percentage. Like, we don't see huge jumps like we did with Chanel. Like, it doesn't really get the people going. Like, you expect a price increase somewhere, but it's not as big as we've seen with Chanel. But still a price increase. And that just is crazy that we saw a lot of change in the luxury world to come from that happened during the pandemic. And not just with the luxury world, just in general, like a lot, pretty much everything changed with the pandemic. We saw the way of life, our normal way of life, change right before our eyes within like a few months. Like, everything was completely different from what we were used to seeing. And of course, the luxuries of life are no different. There were more people purchasing luxury items in the pandemic than I feel like we've seen in a while, if not ever. And it's kind of crazy to say, because we saw what happened. We saw what happened to people's income during the pandemic and how it affected, the livelihoods of people. So it's kind of weird to say that, a lot of people were buying and shopping, but I mean, it's true. And I'm not just saying it because of what I think. I saw it going into the malls and seeing lines wrapped around these luxury stores, and it just being a little chaotic for them, because they're used to seeing some traffic, but to see this amount of traffic and people actually buying things. I mean, you have some sales associates who really stopped caring about building relationships with their clients, because they were having they were having more customers come into the store every day than they did before. And it was kind of like ironic, because we were in a pandemic. But a lot of people also got creative, I feel like, during the pandemic. If you were on social media, or like a YouTube, or just social media period, it was kind of like a moment to create online, because everyone was home. We couldn't go anywhere, so we were left to create or become creative with how we spent our time. A lot of us, I know I used it as an outlet for me to just, get on social media and talk about something other than the devastation that the pandemic had. And I know a lot of people would agree, because a lot of people did the same thing or felt the same way, that, they wanted to get online as like an escape from reality, as an escape from the fact that we were literally in a pandemic, stuck at home, trying to figure out what was next. And in turn, that helped create a lot of income, or at least some income, from those people who decided to create. With that, I also feel like we've come into a time, and this is outside of the pandemic talk, but we've come into a time where people are knowing their worth, and they are charging more for their worth. They're not just accepting the bare minimum of whatever they're offered. They're fighting for, more money, and to have a bigger income for the work that they do, because at the end of the day, no one wants to work hard and not get paid for it or compensated properly for it. The number one thing I feel like is a general thing of why we're seeing it is exclusivity. These brands, or brands in general, not just these brands, because I feel like this could be said for most, high end, or classify high end brands. They want to see their things being exclusive. They want to know who's wearing those items. They want to monitor the people that are purchasing their items, and not to be like a specific group of people or anything like that. But they just want to know who's wearing their items, and they want to make sure that their items are being represented well. That's relative and very subjective, but I actually had a sales associate tell me that, which I thought was just, it confirmed my thoughts on it already, because I've already felt as though they were just targeting a certain group of people. I feel like they want people to be invested, because that's what the associate mentioned. They wanted people who are invested in the brands and not just buying it because they want to eventually resell it. And I'm speaking of things like the Chanel's. We see the more exclusive things with Hermes and brands like that, who we keep seeing these crazy increases with. They want to make sure that people buying their brand or buying their products actually love and care about their products, that they're not just buying them to resell them, because in a way that dilutes the brand a bit. If anybody could just go get it and just resell it, and then they're losing money off the resale of the item, it's kind of like, well, it's not that exclusive anymore. If anybody can go buy it and then they can resell it, because I can get it from anywhere at that point. Like, they want to keep it to where you can only come to me for the item, and you want to come to me for the item versus getting it from somewhere else, which in turn means that the way that you can get the item or have access to the item is kind of limited. You'll see now that most of the popular items that you see, you'll have to have an associate like get it for you. It's not really on the floor. I've seen this a whole lot with Louis Vuitton. A lot of their popular items, or things like the Cousin bag, it never really touched the sales floor. That bag kind of like went on social media, or however they decided to market it, and that's how it went. You had to have an associate, or try to hunt the bag down to actually get it. A lot of these brands are taking pre-orders for items, so the items sell out during pre-order, which is another reason why they never hit the floor. And then another way of them controlling who's wearing it, how are you getting access to it, which is kind of ironic, because a lot of times they give the big access to the shoppers who go and buy it all to resell it. So it's kind of like, well, are you really being productive with doing that if the people that are still buying them, the items, are the shoppers who are just reselling it? Like, I don't get that aspect of it. Like, and I think Chanel is catching on to it, because I believe I don't know if it's implemented just yet, or if it's just a rumor in talks. I can't really remember, but I know that there's a limit on what you can buy and how much of it you can buy, certain bags from Chanel. So I guess that's their way of tackling the whole, shoppers in the resale market. When it comes to Chanel items, you can only purchase a certain amount of a certain thing. Now that I can't really speak on, because I don't even know if that's in effect for certain, or if that's actually something they decided to go through with. You can't even really go in the stores like that, at least here in Houston, anymore. You have to wait in a line or have an appointment. I know Cartier has changed their system to where you can only go in the store with an appointment, which means that you have to have an associate, or try to find an associate to book with, and to, establish an appointment with. I feel like even with these crazy increases, there's still a demand. That's why they keep doing it as well. We're still buying the products. We're still unboxing Chanel bags. We're still unboxing Hermes bags. We're still shopping at Saint Laurent. We're still buying Louis Vuitton. We're still buying this stuff. No matter what they put the price tag on, we're still buying it. Like, we're probably gonna still buy it. It's not changing anything. And they're hip to that. They're noticing that, okay, even though I'm changing, increasing the price, people are still paying for it. People are still buying it. So why would I stop? Now, which leads me into my next point. It's all about how you value the item, or how much value you place on a thing. You know what I mean? Because it's all relative and subjective to the person. And if you're a person who doesn't mind spending $10,000 on a bag, your chances of purchasing a Chanel Maxi are going to be high because you don't mind spending $10,000 on a bag. I think that that bag is of valuable and it's worth $4,400, you're gonna work towards getting that item. And that's for anybody who is interested in the item, whether you can afford it or not, because it costs nothing to dream. So just because you can't afford something right now doesn't mean that your situation won't change in the future to where you will be able to, if that's something that you want. And it's really based on how you value the item or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be these brands. It could be anything. Because like I said, we're seeing inflation everywhere. We're seeing price increases with everything. Now, I do have a few thoughts on the quality that we're seeing with the increase. And this is across the board. Because y'all know I'm a Chanel girl. Y'all know Louis Vuitton is another one of my favorites. Saint Laurent is another favorite luxury fashion house for me. The quality of the items, I feel as though they aren't meeting the standard of the price tag, which I think goes hand in hand with the demand, the exclusivity. Like, it all kind of works together as to why it doesn't match. Like, it all flows. But at the same time, I would like to see their items become more quality with the prices that they're increasing them to. I wish it could make more sense from that aspect, because I don't want to see a Chanel bag on the runway with poor stitching. I don't want to receive a Chanel bag with poor stitching, glazing issues for Louis Vuitton, the, zippers being stuck on the Palm Spring minis. Like, we shouldn't have those issues. Like, regardless of how much the item is, what I had to do to pay for the item or whatever it was, I spent the money on the item, and I shouldn't be seeing these simple, easy quality control issues. Like, we're not seeing as much as we complain about it and we come on these, our forums and these videos and we talk about it, that's as far as it goes. Like, people are still buying the items. People who actually are invested in the brands, who actually love the brands, they're still shopping the brands. And I'm going to include myself, because I still, have Chanel on my wish list. I still want a rectangular mini. I still want, colored Chanel bag, classic flaps. So I'm not going to exempt myself from it. At the same time, it does make me second guess, I'm more intentional on what I actually want and how bad do I actually want it. Because another thing about me is that I don't too much complain about prices, or I don't really like to complain about stuff that I really can't control. Like, that is out of my control. What I can control is what I do spend my money on and how much of my money that I do spend, on an item. So if I know I can't control the price, I'm either going to not buy it or buy it. I'm either going to make more money to purchase the item that I want, or make more money and decide I want to buy something else. Or I'm just not going to work towards getting that item, It's okay to, want to have a thing and to work towards a thing, and then get to where you need to be and decide that it's not for you. That's the beauty in it. You don't have to buy it. And I feel like these brands are basically telling us that, like, yeah, I'm increasing my prices. Yeah, you're complaining about it, but hey, you ain't got to buy it. You can, stick to whatever you're doing or whatever you're comfortable with. Which is kind of like a slap in the face, because we still love the brands and we still like what they produce. We just wish that they weren't as aggressive as letting us know that this is how they feel. We're still out here doing what needs to be done so that we can have whatever it is that we want. Chanel may not be your thing, but the increase with Saint Laurent may be like, oh, wait a minute, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? It's different things for different folks, but it's really, like I said, it's all about how you feel about a thing and the value that you place on that thing. But, I mean, $10,000 for a maxi channel. I don't know about that. So, child, I have finished my makeup. Those are going to be my thoughts on this whole price increase thing that we keep seeing, and I feel like that we're gonna keep seeing in the future to come. They're just gonna keep doing whatever they want to do. As long as we allow it, they're gonna do it, and you really can't be mad at it because we're still supporting them. um, and again, things that I've mentioned in this video is very relative, subjective. It's my opinion. It's just how I feel about the thing. And that's just that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed. Don't forget to shop So7 Boutique, which I will have linked down for you guys in the description box. And that's gonna be that. So subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I post again. Like, drop a nice comment down below, and I will see you in the next video.